What's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Atomic Blonde. Now this is based on a graphic novel known as The Coldest City, which is released in 2012. Now this film is about a spy, a female spy, who is sent on a mission to find a list of double agents who are being smuggled into the West. Now all this is happening during the eve or the collapse of the Berlin Wall. So like the film stars Charlize Theron, you have James McAvoy, John Goodman. Those are like the actors and actresses who dominate the film basically. And you have Bill, I think it's Skarsgård, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I know he's playing Pennywise in the upcoming new adaptation of the Stephen King novel It. So he's in this film too as well, he's kind of there, in the film, he's not like a major role, but he does have like a major presence in the film. But yeah, this film, it just deals with like Charlize Theron. She has to team up for James McAvoy, his character, and they have to find like this list, of like double ages and so on and stuff like that, And of course there's like plot twists and turns and stuff in the film too as well. And like there's some surprises in the film too as well. If I touch on it too much, it'll kind of spoil what the film itself is about. Now I must admit, this film did have like some like the look of the film is like based like in the 80s and actually 1989, It has like a strong like 80s vibe to the film, and it's constantly, like jumping from different locations throughout the city of like I think Germany. Kind of they'd be like in like I think east like Berlin and like this the other sides of all around like Berlin. Plus there's like a constant the music of the film is like constant like 80s music playing throughout the film. Like a lot of the songs I did kind of recognize, and I think some of them I didn't recognize, and I think some of them probably could have been made, for the film, and they gave them like 80s like type sound to it, But I believe these are really like songs that were like released throughout the 80s. Like another thing I thought was cool about the film to itself, it is like very stylish. Like the role that Charlize Theron plays, her character known as Lorraine. I thought she was like stylish in her role, and I thought she could be like sexy at times too. Plus when she's fighting like enemies and stuff like that, the fight scenes I thought were kind of cool, because they have like a very realistic like feel to it, You actually can believe that these fights are happening, whenever she's like fighting and stuff. It looks like they really did choreograph it very well, Now there are moments when I was noticing like the fight scenes. It did seem like the guys were just letting her beat them up, at times, they could have like shot her or beat her down, but somehow she managed like to overtake her enemies and like beat them, So I thought those kind of scenes like that were still kind of off, but it was still like exciting and cool, Now James McAvoy, he plays David Percival, and he's like her contact, they're like together throughout the whole film a lot, He's the one that she has to team up with to find like this list that they're looking for, that the people have sent her, to look after, And then you have John Goodman as like one of the CIA agents, and he's actually interrogating Charlize Theron's character. He's actually interrogating her throughout the film as she's actually telling the story. Because when the film opens, it opens with her like telling the story about like the events of what had happened with her mission to find these double agents and so on. This so-called list, it opens with her like explaining what happened during all these events. Cause you get to see her all like bruised up and stuff. Cause she was like in all these fights, while the Berlin Wall was collapsing. She had to fight all these different like enemies and so on, while she's on this mission, So you get to see her with all these like bruises and stuff as she's telling the story as it's happening, So it's basically like it's jumping back, almost not really like flashbacks, and when they do have flashbacks, it's not really too far. It's just jumping back to like when she was, like her mission that she was doing is just jumping back to her explaining what was going on during her mission. Now you also have Sofia Boutella as Delphine Lassalle, and she's an undercover French agent who becomes Lorraine's lover, and I thought that was kind of interesting, You also have Bill Skarsgård as Merkel, and he's Lorraine, he's her assistant, he's there to kind of help her every now and then. Now the film itself is directed by David Leitch, and I thought he did a good job on the look of the film, I like how it has like, this strong like 80s vibe to it, like the look of it has like I think it's just like the time period and stuff. I think they stayed true to how the time period was at that time, I guess you could say. Plus like the music, the 80s theme music, I thought they did a good job with that too as well, And it is like a very stylish film like I mentioned before, But another thing I thought was kind of off about, I feel like the plot, it wasn't really like enough plot. It felt like something was like missing, If I feel like it was kind of like dragging at times, Now you know that Charlene's character Lorraine, she's on a mission to find like some double agents who have been smuggled, and at the same time you have the Berlin Wall, where the movie is taking place during the eve of the collapse of the Berlin Wall when the Berlin Wall came down in 1989. So you have all that going on, but then at the same time she has to team up with James McAvoy, his character, to find like some kind of list too as well. So and then you have that going on. Then she has like this love on the side, you know. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it feels like something was just like missing from it, and I feel like it was kind of dragging, and like the pace of the film kind of like slowed down at times. But it still could be kind of exciting, you know. But that's one thing that I think kind of holds it back from getting like a real good solid rating, you know. But in Atomic Blonde, and I didn't even know about the graphic novel, but it is kind of new because it was actually released in 2012. So that's probably why I never really like heard of the novel. I mean, the graphic novel that it's based on, known as, I think, The Casting Ghost. If I'm not, and I meant the Coldest City. I'm sorry. And that story is written by Anthony, I think Johnson, and I think Sam Hart. So that's probably why I never knew about that, because that's kind of new, you know. But in Atomic Blonde, I think I'm gonna be giving this a C, and I guess I recommend it for fans of that graphic novel. If you ever read it, you know, and you liked it, you probably like the movie. You know, I'm not too sure. Or I guess just fans of like Charlize Theron, these kind of films that she does. You know, 'cause I think she is kind of sexy actress. You know, I think she's attractive and stuff. So I thought she was kind of sexy in this film, you know, as well. But I'm giving this a C. So this is my review for Atomic Blonde. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.